Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for all of your support. Enjoy the video. Teacher Talking Sports here. And the Detroit Lions headed to Pittsburgh yesterday looking for their first win of the season. Well, yesterday's game was different than any other they've played this season, and that's only because instead of losing, they finished with a tie. That's right, they tied the Pittsburgh Steelers 16-16 to move to 0-8-1 on the season. They missed a 48-yard field goal in overtime to not get them their first win. The Steelers would have had an opportunity at a long field goal to win the game, but Pat Fryermuth, tight end, fumbled towards the very end of overtime, which forced the game into a tie. Of course, if the Steelers had kicked a field goal to win the game, it would have been the third game in which a long field goal at the buzzer lost the game for the Lions. In week 3, when they played the Baltimore Ravens, Justin Turner hit a game-winning 66-yard field goal, new NFL record for longest field goal, 1917 Ravens won. And in week 5 against the Vikings, Greg Joseph hit a 54-yard field goal after hitting a 55-yarder with about 4.5 minutes to go, giving the Vikings a 1917 win. So it would have been the third week they lost on a long field goal, but they were at least able to preserve a tie, their best finish thus far this season. So let's look at the remaining schedule because this is a 17-week season, of course. 17-game season. Unlike any other, it was 16 games before this year. There's been 2 teams that have went 0-16. That's the 2008 Detroit Lions and 2017 Cleveland Browns. So they could become the third winless team since the NFL went to at least 16 games. As I mentioned, 17 this year. They're starting off at Cleveland. Last I checked, that spread is 9.5 points. Then they head home to play Chicago on Thanksgiving. The Vikings at home, at Denver versus the Cardinals, at Arizona, at Atlanta, at Seattle, and home against Green Bay. And I meant home against Arizona. So looking at that remaining schedule, do you see a win for the Lions? Will they not become the third team since the season went to at least 16 games for a team to go winless? I honestly think a good chance for them to win would be Thanksgiving. Of course, the Lions play annually on Thanksgiving. You think they will be motivated. Cleveland really struggled yesterday against the Patriots, got blown out, but I still think they have way more talent than Detroit, and at Cleveland they should be able to prevail. I'm looking at that Chicago game as a potential win for the Lions. Other than that, I would say the most winnable game might be at Atlanta. And yes, Atlanta actually held the 7th seed up until yesterday when they got blown out by the Cowboys. Matt Ryan did not look good at all. So if the Falcons aren't playing for anything by week 16, they may have a chance at that game. You got to think Seattle will be playing better than they did yesterday, as long as Russell Wilson stays healthy. But much like yesterday, of course, Saturday it was announced Ben Roethlisberger would go on the COVID list. That put Mason Rudolph as the starting quarterback and thus gave the Lions a much better chance at getting their first win. Of course, they got the tie instead, but injuries run rampant in the NFL, so we shall see what happens if a key name gets injured in one of these upcoming games. That helps the Lions' chances at winning. If you compare them to that 2008 team, you see the Lions scored 16.8 points per game, gave up 32.3. This year's version so far through 9 games, 16.7 points, 28.9 points allowed per game. So they're averaging 1/10 of a point less per game, but giving up 3 4/10 less per game. So on average, they're losing by 3.3 less per game. So they seem to be a better team. I mean, look at who 2008 had. I mean, Dan Orlovsky started 7 games. John Kitna, 36-year-old, 4, and Dante Culpepper. Man, it's hard to remember he even played for the Lions. He started 5 games that season. They went 0-16. Kevin Smith actually ran for almost 1,000 yards. Calvin Johnson still did his thing in a winless season. 78 catches, 1,331 yards, 12 touchdowns. I could say wholeheartedly that the Lions have nowhere near the receiver they did back in 2008 with Calvin Johnson. But what do you guys think? Can the Lions win any of their remaining games? Will they become the 3rd team since the NFL went to at least 16 games to go winless for the season? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think they'll go winless, or let me know what games you think they will be able to win. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like for this video, share this video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.